Hi guys, welcome back to Seduce Me. Alright, moving on Naomi. Let's see how this turns out. Um, yeah, we're gonna be doing Diane after this. And then the bad endings, where you end up with no one. And then just regular ending. And then we'll be finished after several months. February and we're in July now? Yeah, that's been a while. Anyways, moving on. From beside me, I heard Naomi, another one of my best friends, clearing her throat in obvious disapproval of Suze's choice of words.
She means good job.
Miss Capini,
I,
care to tell me who the creators of this formula were?
some guys named Black and Scholes. Fisher Black and Myron Scholes.
Very good, Miss Patterson.
Show off. Better study next time, Suzu. Be like us and study once in a while.
Suzu rolled her eyes and slouched into her chair as Naomi gave her a small smirk. She always pouted when Naomi showed her up.
That's the end of today's lecture. Now, let's separate into groups and work on your projects. Remember, everything is due on Monday. Go ahead now.
And yet when Monday rolled on, I don't remember there ever being an actual project done. It's just, oh, we're in school, and then it doesn't matter. So we'll never know what we got on that assignment. I'm actually pretty bad at school when it comes to turning things in on time. I mean, I got better, but I do procrastinate. Like, maybe I'll do it like 2 days before we actually have to turn something in, which is not good. Anyways, before I knew it, Suzu and Naomi had scooted their desks to align with mine, and we turned into three musketeers. Whenever the teacher let the students set of groups, we always grouped together in a little trio. It was a sheer stroke of luck that we managed to be in the same class, so we had at least to take the opportunity and stick together as much as we could. Besides, we were most comfortable around each other than, say, compared to being with any other classmate. It just made sense for us to put our heads together for any kind of project. I took out the poster we were working on and rolled it onto the three desks. We were pretty much finished fulfilling most of the guidelines for the project, though we still had to add a few finishing touches here and there. After working on making the posters a bit prettier, we sat back and inspected our work to see what we still had to do. Naomi, as usual, was the first to look for any issues. She lightly tapped a pencil against her chin, staring intently at the project.
Alright, so let's see. We finished the budgeting section, the building leasing, and the cost for labor. What else do we need?
Suzu straightened up to look at the poster and stroked her chin. After a few seconds, her face brightened and she spoke up.
How about a company name?
Huh? Did we really skip over that?
Of course we did. You always go straight into the logical statistics and stuff that you completely skip over the fact. We need a name for our projects.
At least we caught it this time. What do we name it?
Not sure. What do you think?
It always came down to me. Whenever there was something to be named or titled, I was the master in any decision, even when I didn't want to be.
I like Trinity Corporations.
That is way too predictable. How about the Dragon Company?
What do dragons have to do with our project?
What? It's a totally unpredictable name. It's hot.
But our company sells bubble gum.
Who said we can't produce spicy bubble gum?
What do you think?
Yeah. What do you think?
Both of them looked at me expectantly, even though I wasn't quite sure myself. I didn't really want to choose sides, but if it were up to me, I would say Trinity Corporations Jones sounds just fine.
Fine. Be lame.
Alright, now that we've decided on a name, now what?
No. Don't want to deal with like that. Unsurprisingly, Suzu was the first out of the classroom, slinging her backpack over her shoulder with ease as she quickly strolled out of the door.
Her seat isn't even closest to the exit, and she always manages to be the first one out of the door. I don't think I'll ever understand that.
Me and you both, Naomi. You're going all blue this time. She gave me a smile as if relieved by the fact that I felt the same way as she did.
See? Why can't she just be normal like the two of us?
It's Susan, Naomi. Think about it.
Very true.
Man, you guys are slow. Are you coming or what?
We heard you the first time. Not everyone has rocket boosters attached to their legs when the bell rings.
Are you kidding me? That class was ridiculously boring. Even Miss Valedictorian here was dozing off a bit.
I don't have... blah, blah, blah. No. I don't know.
Okay, so it wasn't too interesting. But you should at least pay attention when Phillips is talking about the important parts.
Wait, weren't we at the top of our class? Yeah, basically, we weren't valedictorian, but we were at the top of our class. Yeah. At least I don't think we were.
So you finally admit it. We're finally on the same wavelength. Welcome to the club, Patterson.
Please, don't call me by my last name. This isn't the classroom. And never in a million years will we ever see things eye to eye.
Despite this, they both burst out into laughter. Normally, anyone would think that opposites like them wouldn't ever associate with each other, but even though they were so different, their friendship somehow made a lot of sense. Maybe they were just perfect complements, or personally just didn't dictate the possibility of their friendship. After all, we three had been best friends since preschool.
Alright, so where are we heading to first? Cafeteria? I think we can all agree that we're really hungry, especially after hearing about our company's line of deliciously spicy bubblegum.
Who would even buy that? I wonder.
Me? I would pay good money to get a taste of it.
You do like spicy food after all. We entered the cafeteria, a bustling room filled with the aromas of different kinds of food. As we got in line, we ordered our meals and chatted freely.
Cajun fries and the spicy chicken burger for me. That's my definition of a good meal.
I'll take a tuna sandwich and some juice. You're probably going to need water or something to curb all that spicy flavor, Suzu.
Or milk.
I can't be tamed by the likes of that. If it's spicy, then it's gotta be all or nothing.
You're crazy!
Hell yeah, I'm crazy.
I think I'm getting a migraine.
I think I'll go with what Naomi's having too. A tuna sandwich sounds pretty good right now anyway. No, it doesn't. No, I'm not a big fan of fish. We got our food, settled in the empty tables, and talked about boys. Yep.
Alright then. Is there anything we want to talk about?
Bored already?
I know. Let's talk about...
Say boys and I will never speak to you ever again.
Aw, why not?
What's so interesting about talking about guys? Not like any of us are gonna get boyfriends anytime soon.
We don't know that. What if one of us does get a boyfriend?
Like that's going to happen, Naomi. Look at us. I'm a tiny Italian. You're a ditzy blonde.
Hey!
No offense. And Anderson here. Well, I guess she could land a boyfriend or girlfriend if she wants.
Or girlfriend?
She can be a lesbian if she wants.
True.
I'm not sure I want a boyfriend yet.
Why not? It's our senior year. Might as well get a boyfriend.
Maybe she's just not interested in a relationship, Suzu.
Well, I'm kind of a snob when it comes to guys. Sorry. Time will tell. And then there was an announcement, and then I went to the cemetery. Grandfather! Why? My dad didn't speak the entire drive home. I wanted to talk to him, but after his moment at the funeral, I wasn't sure if this was a good idea.
It's about time we took off those dreary black clothes.
get slapped. And then I go upstairs. And I talk to my friends. I wanted to tell her. A part of me was screaming to tell her what Dad had done. At the same time, I knew she couldn't fix anything. Besides, I was moving out regardless. No. Still say that's not a good way of going about things. You gotta say stuff.
Well, I'll leave your food on the table if you want to eat it later.
Mom's gone. Pack stuff, even though I hardly have stuff that I really want, which makes me feel like she's been living a sad life for a majority of her days.
Hey, Anderson, you there? Is everything alright? We were worried about you, so we decided to call. Hello?
I'm really glad you guys called. My voice managed to come out, though it was only a whisper.
What happened? Are you okay?
Well, I slowly began to tell them about the funeral that afternoon. A small silence followed while I was done recounting what happened, and to my relief, Naomi finally spoke up.
I can't begin to imagine how you must be feeling right now. I'm so sorry. Do you want us to come over right now?
No, it's okay. My dad isn't in a good mood. So, could we just keep talking on the phone like this?
Of course! We'd stay on the phone until the crack of dawn. Right, Suzu?
Yeah, we're always here if you need us. After all, we wouldn't be the awesome triple threat trio without you, right?
True friendship. Until it isn't. Because Diana got in the way. Yeah, now that I think about it, unless you're doing the routes to, like romantic routes for your friends, like you don't really see them very much. You kind of basically just toss them to the side. And they only show up when it's convenient. That's kind of sad. Yep.
Triple threat trio? That sounds like the name of a gang.
Yeah, I mean, we're all taking on the world together. We've got to sound somewhat scary, or else no one's going to take us seriously.
What's with you and naming things?
You've got to step up your game, Naomi. Falling behind to the cool kids like Anderson and me. Tisk, tisk.
Hey! I'm a cool kid! If anything, I'd say you'd have to step up your game.
No, we talked about stuff. It doesn't really matter. And then I went to sleep, and then I went to school, and then I go to the house, and then meet the incubi, and then we get on to Naomi's stuff. Skip. Naomi's right, Suzu.
Oh, man, come on! See? She knows about proper public taste. I know how to be a lady. Sheesh.
Guys, I'm going to there after school today because my parents want me to get used to living there.
Seriously? It hasn't even been a day since you came back to school.
Exactly. I know, but my parents want me to try living there as soon as possible. And that's terrible parenting. Don't want to do what I said. Just gonna go on. Hopefully I'll be as good as my grandfather, but I don't know. And I don't want to talk, but at least he apologized. And then I'm not going to bring up the thing about him and the grandfather because I already know. But there's still no reason to be like the way he is. And skipping some more. Didn't even say I love you, just left me on my own. Skipping. Hit him again.
Ow!
Going through and being mean to the incubi again because that's how I am. I'm sorry, Damien. you can have it.
What? I appreciate the thought, but no thanks.
Skip eating food. Talking to James, but saying no. Smacking him.
Ugh.
Their situation, being alone, eating. Okay, this is a part where you're like, but I did keep it in. I didn't laugh. I merely smiled before I took some food for myself. There was one piece of food that intrigued me and was barely touched by the boys. It looked like green pasta with shrimp over it. Skipping. Party. Sleeping.
Stay away from her, Malix! And what are you gonna do, nerd boy?
Suddenly, I felt myself pulled to one side and arms wrapped around my body protectively.
I've got you. Don't worry.
Eric? Oh, what are you doing in my dreams? Damien? What are you doing in my room?
You can't control your dreams.
Skip. They're my brothers.
They're your brothers?
Eating.
We're Miss An-
That makes sense. It's such a huge house.
A huge house for a wonderful princess such as Miss Anderson deserves the greatest of servants to care for it.
But why are you all dressed so casually and stuff? Aren't servants supposed to have uniforms or whatever?
Well, yeah. So we're sorry if we...
We're very sure that Miss...
I guess.
So, if...
Well, we wanted to see how our friend was doing. Since it's the weekend and all, usually we hang out and just chill.
Yeah, like going to the arcade and stuff.
Or the Pink Lady Cafe.
There's an arcade?
We're going to the Pink Lady Cafe in this route.
That makes a lot of sense, ladies. Well, we don't wish to disturb you any further than we have, so we'll take our leave and start preparing the house.
Huh? Preparing for what?
We gotta prep the house for some sort of housewarming party thing.
Our princess's parents requested a housewarming party to be held here soon.
And by soon, they mean tonight.
Oh, well, I guess we can help out or something. Right, Naomi?
I thought you wanted to go to the arcade.
This housewarming thing is more important.
No need. We can handle it. If you'd like to, miss, you can go out with your friends while we handle things here.
Seriously?
Sam, not now.
Well, I wanted to help out, but at the same time, I wanted to go out with my friends. James gave me a look of understanding, letting me know that if I left, everything would be okay. I had to make a decision. I'm going out with Susan and Naomi.
Are you sure?
Yes. I'm sure. I trust you guys to be able to work everything out.
Thank you for trusting us, miss.
We'll have everything done for you by the time you return home.
All right, we'll wait here while you go get your things.
I was strangely relieved to know that everything was going to be okay while I was gone from the house. I trusted these guys enough to do everything they could for this house party, so my mind focused itself on hanging out with my friends. Eventually, I was out the door walking towards Naomi's car with Naomi and Suzu. Suzu grabbed the entire back seat as I took the passenger side. Naomi started the car and drove off towards the city. It was nice driving out with my friends. After all that had happened, it was good to go out and just forget my troubles.
Well, since we got you out of the house, we might as well go to the mall and walk around a bit. We did just eat breakfast after all.
Yeah, that was a good meal, though.
Could have had more flavor, in my opinion.
Suzu, you eat chili peppers when you're bored. Everything you eat always needs more flavor.
I still can't get over that, Suzu.
You never eat spicy things, Anderson. You don't know how it feels.
I don't for a reason.
Anyways, after the mall, what do you want to do? We could go to the Pink Lady Cafe and chill out with Kay. I'm sure she'd love the company.
But we have to stop by the arcade. They have this new game out called Orion. You get to control this guy named Isaku, and you're part of the rebel forces, and you get to shoot things, and there's robots, and...
Sheesh, we get it, Suzu, we get it. We'll go to the arcade.
Which first, though? You know how popular Kay is. She'll be swamped with customers later in that day.
I'd rather go in the late afternoon. She has better options during the last hour of the cafe.
So basically after the arcade?
You figured me out so quickly, Patterson.
What did I tell you about using my last name?
Well, let's go to the cafe. Cute. We hit the mall and walked around a bit, as we planned, before driving over to the Pink Lady Cafe. It was a small, home-style cafe with a lot of pink, and when I say a lot of pink, I mean a lot of pink. You don't hear me complaining. That cafe was crowded, but we definitely caught Kay's attention as we walked in.
Hey, girls, hey! Oh my gosh, I'm so happy to see you! Have a seat, I'll be with you in a minute, okay?
We finally get to meet the mysterious Kay.
And there she is, as busy as usual.
Told you we should have gone to the arcade first.
Naomi glared at Suzu before leading us to a table to sit at. Suzu sat across from me as Naomi sat to my side. After a couple of seconds of settling into our seats, Kay slid into the empty fourth seat with a smile.
So, how's everything been?
Crazy.
Life's always crazy with you. But I can tell Suzu's not happy to be here. That kind of breaks my heart, you know.
Suzu smirked and gently punched Kay in the shoulder, making Kay laugh. Naomi and I chuckled at the sight. Kay and Suzu were like sisters, wild and crazy. However, Kay didn't have any known relatives, so it was always nice to see her connect with Suzu.
How about you, Naomi? Have you figured out your problems?
No, and now's not the time to talk about them, Kay.
Naomi keeping secrets from us? That's a first.
She holds more than secrets, I'll tell you that much.
You guys!
Don't worry about it, Naomi. You can tell us on your own time. Naomi stared at me briefly before smiling in relief and happiness.
Thanks.
Kay giggled as Suzu rolled her eyes and groaned. Eventually, the four of us just started to chat and talk about random events that happened to us. I decided to not speak about the boys and just focus on school. Truly, though, it was relaxing to feel somewhat human again without thinking about incubi or anything of the sort. Simple, young adult problems were already enough for me to handle. We eventually lost track of the time and wound up staying longer than we expected, making us unable to stop at the arcade before going home to dress for the housewarming party. Kay, as much as she wanted to come, had other plans, but wished us the best. The hour of the house party had arrived in my mind. I kept double and triple checking the essentials for the party. Knowing my dad, he invited his business partners and the executives of the Anderson Company to show me off. And looked at myself in the mirror, and then my friends come in, and then all that stuff.
Hey, are you okay in there? Your parents should be here soon, so you should hurry getting ready.
Well, I'm ready, but...
But what? I'm sure you look fine, Anderson. Just come on out.
Alright. As soon as I opened the door to the hall, I watched as Naomi and Suzu's face turned from smiles to complete awestruck stares. What?
Dude, you look hot.
Yeah, you look amazing. Where did you get that dress?
I've had it for a while. I just never had a chance to wear it. I figured I might as well bring it out now. Looking all smooth.
Whoa! They really know how to dress well, don't they?
Yeah. I was slightly taken aback by how great the boys looked in uniform. Each had the poise of a perfect gentleman, even Sam. Skipping. As ready as I'll ever be. Skipping. Oops. Skipping. Don't care about parents right now. It's... I'm doing my best.
I'm so sorry about your grandfather passing away.
Thank you for your condolences.
Do you have...
I mostly live in the present. It's not much of a concern for me.
What do you think will happen?
What do you think of the philanthropy?
Do you think the company should expand from...
Possibility.
Honey, I'd like to introduce you to someone. This kind gentleman is the son of the vice chairman.
Hi,
Hi,
I'm Andrew
Andrew.
Lewis. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Anderson.
Simply not. Thank you.
You're welcome. Praise.
Skip. Stay put. Skip. Everybody's leaving. And then Alex shows up.
What the fuck is that supposed to mean? Ah!
The previous owner had this place protected by magic, Malix.
Leave them alone. Duck. Skip. Just going on with my life.
I love you.
Woke up before my alarm and now I'm tired. I don't know what to do. Homework. I had to work on my homework. I had school tomorrow regardless of what was happening in my life. At that moment, I wish school was over. Well, might as well get it done by now. I made a study picnic area and began to work through my homework. Not having to do it later. Morning sucks for trying to use your brain for anything educational. We'll go back to sleep. Don't disturb them. Skip. Chicken or rice. Skip. Alright. Now we're getting to the good part. Go to room and eat. I decided against bothering them. They knew where the food was, so I went to my room and ate alone in my room. It's not my problem. Turned on my computer and started to jam to music as I ate my food. As I ate, began to think about going out. There were so many places to go, things to do. Pink Lady Cafe. I arrived at the cafe, ready to relax. I don't want to be stuck at home on a Sunday. Besides, the cafe always had something new to drink, no matter how often you came. I entered the double doors and looked around. Not many people were in, and Kay didn't seem to be working today. Oh well, she can't always be working. I made my way to the pastry bar and took a look at what the cafe had to offer that day. There was always something new now, no matter when you came, which is what kept people coming, myself included. As I browsed the delights, my mouth began to water. I had just eaten earlier, but the cafe's pastries always looked good enough to tease your appetite back into a hungry state. But the smell and the look of each dessert was carefully crafted to appease. You didn't regret buying one and biting into it. I finally made a selection and headed to the cash register to purchase my treat.
What can I get for you?
Hi, I'll take a couple chocolate and raspberry macarons and a Pink Lady latte, please.
Coming right up.
Lily was Kay's assistant, who mainly stuck to the cafe's finances and computer work. However, when Kay wasn't in, Lily took over, becoming the face behind the cash register who gave you what you needed. Lily, where's Kay?
Kay had to fly out to New York suddenly. She said it has something to do with delivering something special to someone. I'm not too clear on the details.
Okay. Sounds like fun. Wish I could go to New York.
Don't we all? Here you are. Enjoy.
I took my order to a far corner table and got comfy. The Pink Lady latte was a cafe special that everyone adored. It was a normal latte with a very subtle raspberry flavor. The foam was pink too. Before I could indulge, however, a voice stopped me.
Oh, hey!
I looked up to see Naomi enter the cafe with a smile towards me. I smiled back, not expecting to see her. Hey, Naomi.
Mind if I join you?
Not at all. Naomi nodded before quickly getting herself a coffee cake slice and a latte and joining my table.
I've been wanting to try their latte for a while. Is it any good?
I like it. It has a nice raspberry flavor. Naomi gently blew over her latte to cool it before sipping it, smiling at the taste.
This does taste good. I'll have to get this from now on. The raspberry is a really nice compliment with the coffee.
Still don't like coffee. I don't think I ever will. I giggled. Naomi loved food when it wasn't made in the school cafeteria. She wanted her own restaurant one day, but always focused on studying the business side. Naomi had a natural cooking skills that made grandmothers seem like novices at making you amazing food. You should get macarons next time with it. The raspberry macarons definitely bring out the flavor in the latte.
I should.
Naomi slowly grew a look of thought on her face as she stared into her latte, probably thinking about food again. It was during these moments that I got to see a simpler, almost beautiful side of Naomi. She was very smart, smarter than me. However, she always held seriousness very close to passion, dedicating her heart to her dream. It was inviolable. I sipped my latte and ate a macaron before speaking and breaking her thoughts. Thanks, by the way, for coming to my impromptu party. I know it was last minute and all. Naomi broke away from looking at her drink to look up at me in surprise, then with a smile.
It was my pleasure, really. I mean, our pleasure. Suzu came too, and all.
Don't make this awkward. Naomi blushed a bit before clearing her throat and taking a sip of her latte. She then looked to me again with a slight frown.
But hey, how are you holding up from that? I'm sure meeting all those business people was tiring. Well, I'm sure you did great. It was a great party. The food was amazing.
Now we'll never know what It was amazing? I slowly began to remember the party, remembering how I felt alone throughout it. I wanted to be with my friends, but I had to put on my business air to impress my guests and my father. Did I try too hard? It was supposed to be a simple party, but it felt like a job interview. Before I got too deep in my thoughts, I felt a hand gently cover mine. I refocused my thoughts to reality, seeing Naomi gently holding my hand.
Hey, I know that look. You're about to overthink it. Don't. You did great. I'm sure of it.
I stared at Naomi, and surprised that she caught on to my thoughts, and happy to know that she cared. Thanks, Naomi. Naomi smiled and blushed, giving me a small nod. She was absolutely adorable when she smiled like that. I didn't know how, but her smile always was able to make the room lighter. Ooh. Naomi then pulled her hand away, placing it back on her latte with her other hand and cupping the mug and sipping her drink. Naomi licked her lips and let out a sigh.
This is really nice. A relaxing Sunday afternoon at a cafe.
It's almost like a date. All of a sudden, Naomi's face turned pink. As she looked at me, confused, I tilted my head and gave her a quizzical look. Naomi, are you alright? You're turning red. Naomi must have snapped out of her trance. She found herself trying to calm down from whatever was on her mind.
Oh, no, I'm fine. Really. Just a little warm, that's all.
Naomi brought her latte up to her mouth and began to drink. Practically chugged it down. But it was actually kind of cute how flustered she got from a simple statement. I giggled quietly to myself before sipping on my latte. Naomi and I eventually lost track of time and wound up chatting until the late afternoon. When the cafe wasn't hopping, Lily would join us, and we'd talk about silly things like TV shows or movies.
Oh, wow! It's getting late. I gotta get home or my mom will flip.
Okay.
Would you like a ride home?
That would be great, thanks. We quickly headed out with Naomi driving me home. It was nice to be alone with her rather than have the explosive Suzu around. I preferred Naomi's calm logic anyway. Jeez, aren't you two-faced? No, I'm joking. The remainder of the night passed by, surprisingly uneventful. The boys continued to train with each other, but were kind enough to stop and make me dinner. I was glad for that. Unsurprisingly, the food was perfect, but it felt a little empty without the boys to eat with me. They most likely had already eaten, but still, I felt lonely. I couldn't let it bother me. I ate and went back to my room to study and sleep. Surprisingly, I felt good going to bed that night. I felt like I could have a peaceful sleep after the previous rough nights I had. I felt good. I drifted to sleep and woke up almost flawlessly the next morning. No grogginess, no aches, perfectly energized and bright-eyed. Man, how long has it been since I got that much good sleep? I looked to my alarm clock. I woke up 10 minutes before my alarm. Well, hey, I must be lucky today. Karma owed me some luck after all I had gone through in merely a handful of days. I deserved some kind of good luck. Suzu calls. Texas.
Yo, Anderson!
I packed my bag and carried it downstairs, made some toast and coffee, looked in the mirror, even though I'm I'm not vain. I just want to make sure everything's in place, you know? And right on cue name, we drove up to the gates with Suzu waving me down. I rushed down the door. We headed to the school, talking about the homework and the coming day. Everything was fine, and...
Hey, are you okay? Who did that? Why, you little... Suzu, don't!
Stand and walk away. Just walking away. Just walking away. Fight. No way this was happening. No way I was going to let myself be a victim of this. I will...
What are you whimpering? Are you praying that the boys will come and save you?
We fought him before. Yeah, beat him up. And then Eris steps in the way. He's gone for good.
All this for a bunch of pretty boys. You must be stupid and desperate.
Maybe he's got a crush on the incubi. No. Eris looked to me, making me tense up.
Human! I suggest heading home to your pretty boys. You don't want to get involved in a supernatural investigation. It's a pain in the ass.
Skip. And then they leave, and I'm really sad. And Diana shows up. What do you mean?
Silly girl. I'm a succubus.
I stare at Diana in shock. A succubus? First incubi, now succubus. Great, now I've met both genders of sex demons.
Well, you are pretty. A goody little two-shoes, aren't you? You were attacked by a gang and were a human like you. Listen, sweetie. You're not going back to bed or leaving this house with those memories. I'm taking them from you, one way or another.
I glared, standing my ground. You're not taking my memories. I'm not letting you take them.
And what do you plan to do with them, huh? Tell the press? Gossip to your friends that demons exist? Confess to your parents that you had demon servants and were almost killed by a devil gang?
Important to me.
Open-minded or gullible? Look.
Clear up the memories. My mind began to wander. Were the memories truly worth my life? I remember the way the boys held me, organized the house party, and helped me home after Malix's ordeal. But then I remembered I'm only human. I wasn't special.
Because demon magic isn't black and white, dear. It's for your own good, sweetie. Forget about it and be normal. I'm sorry.
I felt my mind slowly relax. There were no demons, no devils, no magic to drive me crazy. Everything was normal. Everything was peaceful. Everything was ordinary. Just the way Diana wanted. Just the way I wanted. Eventually, the morning arrived and the sun screamed at me to get up. Surprisingly, I woke up before my alarm clock, which was nice. I stretched out and quickly got dressed, getting ready for the school. I went over in my mind what had happened over the weekend and suddenly felt wary. I moved in Friday night, had a house party Saturday, enjoyed my day Sunday. Yep, sounds right. I scooped up my bag and headed downstairs to the dining room. The room was empty and I felt hungry. I needed to eat something. I looked at my phone and saw a text I must have completely forgotten about. Naomi was asked if I was okay. If I was okay? What did she mean? Did something happen yesterday? I tried to remember, but for some reason yesterday's event seemed blurry and almost blank. I remember going to school, dealing with Lysette, and then going home. I don't remember, however, what exactly went on. It must have been, or else I wouldn't be safe at home. I rubbed my head, trying to shake out exhaustion. Damn studying. I sat and texted back. Sorry, I forgot to text you back. Everything was fine. See you when you get there. Here. I made myself some quick toast and coffee, needing a jump start. I felt drained and I did not want to fall asleep in class. Something bothered me though. My house felt up a little bit more emptier than usual, and I don't know why, but that's because we got no memories, so yeah. Waiting for Naomi's car and confident that nothing was going to happen. I avoided talking about what had happened yesterday. I'd be riding with you guys from now on to and from school. I don't know, should I just keep going? Because I'm basically almost done. And I think I'll save it for the next one. It'll be a shorter video. That way we can just, it won't be as, wait, how many minutes have been recorded? Probably like 50. Well, 42. That'll give maybe like 10, 15 minutes for the next video. I guess, if I'm correct, maybe a little more. I guess, yep, here's where we'll end it off. I think it's going to be basically the same as Suzu with little twists here and there. And then we'll be on to Diana. I know I'm probably speeding through this a little more than I should, but I'm just excited that we're finally almost done with the game. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!